When our next guest was just 19 years old, she received the devastating news that she had multiple sclerosis, which caused her debilitating bladder control issues.
Having noticed a lack of support online, Pri took it upon herself to not only become the voice of incontinence, but also become the first adult nappy influencer, where she shares try-on nappy videos with her social media followers.
So 14 million people are estimated to experience bladder problems here in the UK. Pri joins us in Toronto this morning. Good morning to you, Pri. Thank you so much for joining us.
Did this really just happen? That one thing that I was so insecure and depressed about is now something that I'm advocating for? Adult diapers, incontinence? You know, all of those times that people looked at me like I was broken and that I needed to be fixed, or that I just was never going to be valued enough just because I was different. I no longer wanted to be treated that way, nor have others going through what I once was. So I spoke up, and I really didn't think my voice would be heard. But across the world, all this time when I said I know you guys are struggling in silence, is because I know what it's like to be struggling in silence. And I understand how mentally debilitating that is. I just didn't want anyone to go through what I did when the rest of the world decided to stay silent. One had to take one for the team, so a message for all of you watching this video right now, we did it. We're just a step closer to breaking the stigma. Hey guys, so in this video I really want to be talking about something that was really exciting for me, and that was my appearance on ITV This Morning. And it was just honestly one of those surreal moments where it was just like, man, I almost had a panic attack. Well, I did have a panic attack over the fact that I was on Vice. But then now ITV, like, who am I? Is how I always saw it, because I was like, I thought they had celebrities and very well-known people on there, and then they had me, and I was like, they know I exist. Honestly, Pri wasn't the only thing making an appearance on ITV. It was also Pri's nystagmus. It was fine, whatever. It was a very exciting experience for me, and I just kind of wanted to like go over it in this video because I thought you guys would be interested in knowing how it all went down. But yeah, so before I begin this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and for now, I hope you guys enjoy this video. My initial reaction to ITV reaching out, I gotta be completely honest with you, I didn't even know what ITV was. Guys, I'm in Canada, so it's like I'm not really keeping on tabs with like what social media platforms are out there in different countries. I don't know, maybe this is something I should have been aware of. But ITV wasn't one that I really knew anything about. It wasn't until about a week after where Vice posted the article about me, where ITV actually sent me an email. When they sent me an email, the title of this email was literally called British TV Interview Request. And I was like, ooh, that felt so enticing to click. They read the Vice's article, they called it a fantastic piece. Honestly, the etiquette from people, oh my gosh, I need to move there now. But they're just so sweet and genuine. Oh my gosh, I just really like talking to them. So they were just saying how they're really interested in getting me on their show, to basically sum it up. And I got really flattered. I was like, ooh, okay, that's exciting. But bear in mind, at this point, I didn't really know what ITV was until I asked a couple of my friends in the UK. I was like, hey, do you know anything about ITV? And they're like, that's a very well-known platform. The fact that they even asked you, Pri, that's a huge deal. And I was like, stop. They have that episode up right now, so you guys can go check it out after this video, because hi, I want you to watch this video first. They reached out a week after Vice's article they posted about my story. And it was just really interesting because it was like, wow, oh my gosh. Okay, so like when they reached out, it was about like a couple of minutes after this radio show reached out to me, and when this radio show reached out, it was in LA. See, like, look, hear me out a second, okay? There was a radio show that reached out to me from LA, which I was actually on, but I don't know when they're posting that, so I'm not gonna say what radio show that was just yet. And then that's when ITV reached out to me as well. ITV is in the UK. Canada, take note, because why hasn't anyone from Canada reached out to your girl yet? Like, I don't understand. Now the next one I wanted to talk about was my preparation. I didn't prepare for it at all. As I say this, there I was like with all of these cue cards because I literally have brain fog. When I have brain fog, I go on autopilot and I start freaking out. So I was like, that is not going to happen live. I had quite a few phone calls with the team from ITV, and it was quite interesting too because honestly, everyone was so genuine and nice. Like, I just really liked how they were talking to me. Like, they were just so polite. I just was like, oh my gosh, I need to move there now. Really loved the etiquette. All I had to do was just speak. And I'm like, I've been doing this for like 6.5 years on YouTube anyways. So I'm like, this should be easy for me, right? Is what I was thinking. And it was just really interesting too because I feel like everything I've been doing over the past couple months now has prepared me to be on Vice. And it also prepared me to be on this television platform where I went live, and it was like, it just, honestly, it all felt so surreal. There wasn't really much behind the scenes, specifically because I was on Zoom with ITV, right? So it was like go, 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 and it's like I don't work well with go, go, go because I go on autopilot. But for somehow, some way, I feel like it worked out perfectly. Because as much as I say that I don't really work well when things are go, 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 I do work well under pressure. In Canada, it was, I think it was 6 a.m. when we went live. So I didn't know what the questions were before going live. I just kind of had an idea based off of all of the phone calls I've had with people from ITV where they would ask me questions on the call, and I would just write it down as I was talking to them because I was like, they must be asking me these questions on the call. So I was just like, let me just write it down. So yeah, so I wrote down all of those questions, but then I also came up with my own that I felt like maybe great minds think alike, right? Like they must be asking me one of these questions. When I was live, it was really it was just surreal to me. I even mentioned it on the call, where it was like I knew that, you know, they told me ahead of time that I would only have about 9 minutes, right, while I'm on. And I was going to be sharing that time with a doctor that was also on, which I thought was pretty cool because it was like a going back and forth type of thing. I really loved how they did that. So I knew that if they asked me a question, I needed to get into the answer right away. I tend to over-explain every answer I have for people. I need to stop doing this. I'm working on it. Yeah, I think I did a good job on the live though because I got straight to the questions and answers. I think at one point I did ask them to answer the question because I had brain fog. It was really interesting too because the journalist who wrote the Vice article about me, I don't think she watched it live, she probably watched it on YouTube, and she told me I was a natural and she loved it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it meant so much to me. I think the part that I thought was really interesting was when I was live, we were about to end it and end the call, and Ben asks me, so Pri, where can people find you on social media? Because I'm sure people want to find you. And I was like, yeah, so I have YouTube and I have Instagram and I go by Bumble Pri. And you guys, the moment I said that, my phone literally exploded, let's just say. But that was when I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, these people were really watching me. Like, yes, I was live. I knew people were watching me. I didn't think that many people were watching me though. And it's like, I don't feel like every single one of those people messaged me on Instagram, but the ones that did, thank you. Thank you for being so supportive. Because I know a lot of you guys left messages, and I did reply back to all of them. Oh my gosh, you guys are so awesome. Like, had I known, honestly, 8 years ago, that there was going to be a community of people who also had incontinence, I just would have felt less alone. I wouldn't have cried as much as I did for being so different, not feeling like I was beautiful. And I've turned my pain into passion. And while having turned my pain into passion, you guys were always there supporting me. And even for those of you who are just tuning into my channel now or like this past week, you guys have just been so supportive, and I just wanted to thank you for that because I don't know what I would have done without you guys or without your support, because I don't know if I would have had the courage to put my voice out there had you guys not had been as supportive as you are. So thank you. You guys are honestly so awesome. pretty much it to my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be posting the links down below of the Vice article I was on if you guys haven't checked that out yet, as well as the ITV appearance with me, because it went live, but they also posted it on their ITV YouTube channel like this morning. So I'll put those two links down below. I'd love to hear what you guys' thoughts are. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. That will be up soon. So bye guys.
Pri, it's amazing hearing you talk so positively and openly about what you're going through, and clearly the first adult diaper influencer is quite an accolade to have. What's the sort of the future look like for you, and what's the diagnosis, and how are you feeling about sort of getting older and dealing with your MS?
When I get older, I know MS will get worse. So by documenting my story right now, I'll have something to look back on years down the line when I know I'll continue to be struggling more, but I'll be able to look back on everything I've accomplished, and I'll be proud of myself for that. If I can exercise to some extent now, I'll do it before MS gets worse on me as I age. People think I do videos on YouTube to help people, but no, it's also to help myself. Because when I turn 50 and MS gets worse, I want to be able to look back on everything I've accomplished with Bumblebee. You know what MS honestly feels like? Knowing that there's no cure for this autoimmune disease, it brings me back to the pendulum. Where, you know, you're about to get hurt, but there's nothing you can do about it but anticipate that moment. Now, with thinking about multiple sclerosis, I know that day I end up on a wheelchair is also going to happen, but I don't know when that's going to be. And that's the part I hate about MS. It's like the unknowing, the fear, the uncertainty, that constant reminder to pick up my feet for every time I walk outside. But maybe this is just foreshadowing for when I end up on a wheelchair, and honestly, I'm tired of crying. I'm ready. I'm ready to face fear.